everybody? This is Maxwell McGee here with Carolyn Pettit. God damn it. Okay. How's it going, everybody? This is Maxwell McGee here with Carolyn Pettit, and today we're going to talk to you guys a little bit more about Tomb Raider: The Early Years. Carolyn, you got to see this game a little bit earlier today.
I did.
A lot of people who saw the demo yesterday were worried that the game's not really going to have any sort of exploratory elements to it. Are those fears founded?
I don't know.
Hey-o!
Because, I mean, in the stage demo yesterday, towards the very end, they mentioned something like dynamic
exploration, I believe is the term.
Which, so I got to see a behind closed doors demo today that, that unfortunately did not answer that particular question for me.
Was it at least a new area of the game from what they showed yesterday?
It was definitely a different section of gameplay.
Okay.
And it was good, I think, because what they showed yesterday was a very, very fast-paced, seemingly very limited kind of, just bam, bam, bam action
stab
sequence.
a dude in the neck.
Yeah.
Do some river rapids into a parachute. I mean.
And what I saw today was a much kind of slower section that just kind of built up a lot of tension and actually introduced some new gameplay elements that I wasn't aware of.
So when you say slower paced, I imagine like you're Lara and you're basically hunting down some people. Maybe you're planning an ambush.
So what I saw was definitely very early in the game.
Okay.
She's still kind of lacking confidence, and she's obviously just kind of escaped from the binds that at last year's E3 we saw her
She
escape
was like
from.
she'd been captured by some crazy indigenous peoples.
So what I saw was initially anyway, it was a lot of kind of linear platforming type stuff.
Really?
So, yeah, I mean similar. I mean when I say platforming, I mean similar to what you see in the Uncharted games.
Okay, sort of like the Assassin's Creed Uncharted, shimmying up walls.
Yes, but with that kind of Uncharted aspect of there was a section where I think she was climbing up the wreckage of an airplane, and then the airplane started to
collapse
fall.
around
Exactly.
her.
So a lot
it became
of that,
very exciting.
Exactly. Still, it seemed linear, but kind of that cinematic energy to it. So eventually Lara made her way to what was a kind of camp, and there was like a designation on the screen that said like new camp found. And what happened then was that she was able to spend. This is actually, she had just gotten the bow before this as well, found on a dead body. And what she was able to go and spend survival points, or I believe they're called, which is apparently this game's version of experience points, to get a skill that allows you to retrieve more arrows after you shoot them. So
there's a little bit of RPG character customization.
Yes,
to the game.
and I wish I'd gotten a better sense of how deep that stuff goes. Because it seems like it could be pretty substantial. Because later in the demo, there was a section where Lara went into a salvage menu while at a camp and used salvage that she had collected to improve one of her tools to make it a more effective weapon. So it's definitely not just the kind of Uncharted experience. It definitely has character progression, your tools and your weapons.
A little bit more than just a straight run and gun.
Yeah.
Now on the topic of salvage, how does did you get any sense of how the inventory system works? Because during the demo we saw yesterday, she was swapping between shotgun and bow and arrow. Like,
unfortunately, I didn't. I mean, salvage just seemed like crates and things would be around the island, and you collected and you earned 10 salvage points. And then when you go back to camp,
put them in those bottomless pockets of yours.
Exactly. And when you go back to camp, you have maybe modifying this weapon costs X number of salvage points. But what I was interested in though was. There was a period where Lara was commenting on how she was getting hungry, and at that point the game I think kind of introduced this mechanic of needing to kind of maybe kill animals and and use them for food. So it was obviously, like I said, early in the game, and it seemed to be kind of handled in a tutorial-like sense of objectives like kill the deer for food sort of thing. But I'm hoping that maybe concerns about water and hunger and things are kind of run through the game and aren't just kind of story objectives that pop up, but maybe things that you just need to be constantly thinking about in the back of your mind.
Yeah, if it's like a constantly fluctuating meter, I mean, between that and what you were talking about with salvage, it does sound like there's potential there for more open world sort of environment.
And there were times where it really looked to me like the person playing the demo could go off the beaten path and explore a wider area.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't confirm that because I didn't get to play it myself, and he was just kind of moving,
soldiering through for the sake of the demo.
But the ecosystem seems pretty impressive. There were many animals kind of scurrying about in certain areas, so the island seems to have a real sense of life to it.
Okay.
And so I definitely came away from this demo with a sense of hope that there are these kind of deep survival aspects that maybe are going to run through the game, and that the island should maybe provide a really fascinating setting for that.
All right. Well, perhaps there's more than meets the eye when it comes to Tomb Raider. We'll have more coverage for you on GameSpot.com. Be sure to check it out, and stay tuned for more E3 content.